Hey y'all, welcome back to Straight Talk, No BS. I'm Jay. This is Tanya on the right side of me. Then we have Nay on y'all's right side. How y'all ladies doing?
We are here. We're here.
All right.
Y'all, we've been trying to touch on this subject ever since before Thanksgiving. But y'all know we had issues that arise that we couldn't even do nothing about. So now it's time to touch on this subject about BG, Brittney Grinner. Y'all ready?
I'm ready. I mean, it's something that's
Bring it to the table.
controversial. It seems like the entire world has an opinion or two about it. So if y'all want to chime in, please do.
Make sure y'all get in the comments because I want to know y'all's opinion. So make sure, Straight Talk fans, y'all make sure that y'all get into the comments and let us know how y'all feel about the issue. Okay. Y'all, I've been on the fence about it, about Brittney Grinner, we're going to start with the whole topic of her even being convicted and being arrested. I want to know, what is y'all's opinion about it? Nay, how did you feel about it when you first heard the news that Brittney Grinner was arrested? We're going to take
pretty much just what you said. I was kind of on the fence about the whole ordeal because of what her name held, the title she held, being an NBA player. You know, when you hold that statue, they hold you to a higher standard. So I thought about that first, but I can't say it doesn't come with its flaws.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all, okay, so just a recap, a refresher, but the whole world knows, basketball star, WNBA's basketball star, got arrested, went to Russia. She played for the team overseas and stuff like that. So she got arrested because she was going through customs, had some stuff. Everybody knows about that. A little drops of the smoke. I don't smoke. So I don't know how to say it, but you guys get what I'm saying. My opinion is this.
It was in the vape.
Some of the vape smoke.
But I ain't got none of that hash in there, though.
Now,
I'd be on the floor.
These are, of course, the opinions of us, Straight Talk crew. Nothing is in stone. Everything is alleged to an extent because some things are fact, right? So we're giving our opinions. My opinion personally is that, honey, you win it is not okay and legal here in a lot of states and a lot of places. And it damn for sure isn't legal in Russia. It's not legal in places. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but I know I done seen too many traveling abroad TV shows.
Okay.
Where they done got caned, feet whipped, ducked off underneath caves and beaten and smothered and choked to death and starved to death. I'm too fat for that. I'm just saying, I know in certain instances, that's why I don't travel to certain, I have a phobia about going to certain countries, okay? For that very matter of when you get there, something might go down. Somebody might smuggle something, then I'm finna go to slave camp, and then there you have it. So you shouldn't do that is my point. So I'm not on the fence on it. I don't feel that her sentence that she ended up getting was right because that goes back to what happens here in the States. They charge you with something and then go overboard with the sentence. But as far as her knowing better, damn it, girl, you knew better, honey. So when you went there, what was you expecting? You done got comfortable. You done did it before. That's how I feel. You done did it before. Allegedly. But, I feel like she's done it before, got comfortable, and ended up getting caught. That person that you used to have the hookup with underneath at the customs counter, she wasn't there today. Or she got in trouble herself. And you thought you was going to be all right and got yourself in some drama.
You dumb.
So that's how I feel.
I feel the same way. I feel like we get warnings all the time when they say, don't travel to this country during this time. Don't do this. Don't travel abroad. Mm-hmm. And then when you go abroad, they treat their own people like crap. You know what I'm saying? If they going to cut their arm off, what make you think they just going to give you a pat on the butt and say, go on, we're going to send you back to America? It don't happen that way, babe. They cutting off arms and shit. These are people in their own country that's been locked up for years for a crime that they didn't commit. That was petty theft.
So she lucky to walk away with all 10 toes.
Okay.
We don't know if she got all 10 toes. It might come out later. She missing a toe.
But she's lucky. And then again, you can't go to someone else's country and try to change or regulate the laws. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go over there and say, well, I think that this punishment is too excessive. Okay, if that's what it is, that's what it is. That's just like with your kids when you tell them the punishment is this. Okay. Why should we modify it just because you're WNBA basketball
like you mentioned,
player,
they holding
or
that
just
title,
because
that
you're a
statue.
celebrity. I don't feel like it should be modified. Now, I'm happy that she's home.
Wait a minute. Before you go into the next, so you're saying that her sentence shouldn't have been modified?
No.
Okay,
you do the crime, you need to do the time.
So you feel like that just...
But 9 years for 10, 9 years?
It doesn't matter.
So in the country,
that's just like
when in Rome, you do have Rome. Is that what you're saying?
That's it. That's just like if somebody come here to the United States, are we gonna modify our laws for them?
No.
Hell no, they ain't. Shit, you gonna do some hard time. We got people right now in our country doing hard times for crimes that that are petty crimes, weed and stuff and everything else. But I'm just saying that no, we shouldn't modify it.
Do you feel that if it was a Russian person, a Russian basketball star, because vice versa, just because we have WNBA here, there are the same team there. So the women WNBA of Russia, what if it was one of their players caught trying to come into whatever, and not that they made it to the States, I'm just saying they were in Russia airport and trying to leave, and if they got caught,
I think the punishment would have
been as harsh?
I'm gonna say like this: I don't know, and
give me straight up what your first thought was.
No, my first thought is I don't know, because like I said, they are already hard on their people, and we can even here in the United States. I mean, the punishment is never the same for each individual.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Saying, so what would make it different in another country?
My point,
if it's not the same here, what's gonna make it different in another country?
I'm trying to get you to see.
No, I can't answer that.
Whether or not it
depends on how that judge felt for the day. And that's just the honest answer. That's just like here in America. If that judge feel like he had a bad day, he mad at his wife or whatever, he comes and he's up in that pulpit. Look, the pulpit.
Damn it, you said the pulpit, man.
Oh, my bad. He up there and you in court. If he had a bad day, I feel sorry for you, because you might do 20 years on just the whatever charge. Well, I'm gonna say you might do the maximum sentence on whatever charge that you're facing. It just depends on how that judge is feeling. So I can't look at Brittney Griner's situation or another Russian and say if it was a Russian basketball player, that she would get leniency. I can't say that.
Okay, Nay, how you feeling? Because I'm going to ask you the same thing. It's almost like here in the States when we say a white person versus a white privilege versus black, non-privilege. I'm just saying, what do you think? Do you think that if it was a Russian basketball so I'm putting them on the same pedestal, at least, you get what I'm saying? They're both the same. One is of Russian culture. One is of United States American culture. Do you think that played anything, that had anything to do, or do you think that she would have gotten off easier, the Russian lady versus American?
The Russian lady would have got off easier. Nope. They used that woman as a pawn to me. They used her as a pawn to get what they wanted. They used her as rolling the dice. When they released her, Russia also got something in return. But Americans fell into that, though, because there were already other prisoners there that should have been out way before she got there. If y'all are following what I'm trying to say, because of her name and her statue, they rolled the dice with it.
So you do feel that if it was a Russian, that she would not have been sentenced as harshly.
I don't think she would have got the same sentence. No. I don't think she would have got the same thing. I just don't, because you bring in money to Russia. Bring in money to Russia.
Can I intervene?
I actually, honest to God,
Mr. Gray want to say something. Can he say something?
Yes, hold on just a second. Hey, Amber. Hey, Andrea. The topic tonight, or what we're talking about, Brittney Grinner, like Jay said, but specifically right now, we want to know your opinion on her arrest. Do you think it was valid? Just period, overall, just give us your opinion on it. And do you think her sentence was excessive, or would it have been different if it was a Russian versus an American? So that's where we are right now, just catching you guys up.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Gray.
Now, Russia have the stiffest penalty on drugs and all they trafficking over there.
One of them.
They use Brittney Grinner as a pawn, because they know our laws compared to Russia is more lenient. Russia have the hardest prison it is, but they just use her because of her class, her status, and her marriage or preferences. Okay, they had something they knew if they got her, since she had that clout, that they can use her to bargain with. That's why they was going back and forth, because they wanted, because here in the States, when a foreigner like Russia and all that come over, they got diplomatic immunity. That's for real. So when they do a crime, they send them back. Just like with Mexico, they try to send them back to their homeland.
Do you think that her punishment was excessive?
Yes, it was, because they had to use her to get something what they wanted. Okay. That's all it was.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with it being excessive, because, like I said, the law is the law of the land. You know, you can't go to a different country asking for leniency. And then we have Paul Whelan that's still there, who was his sentence excessive? You know what I'm saying? So she's not the first person to get an excessive sentence. She's not. So
but you got to look at her status.
That's the reason why I can't use her as an example of saying that she got treated any worse than the prisoners that are already there.
No, because I'm not saying she got treated. They just used her because they know of her clout here in the States, and they know Biden was going to bend with her. Because U.S. have this policy here: if you get caught over there, they don't bargain for you.
True,
you got to sit out there.
I want to say that she didn't have no clout until media got involved, until the NBA got involved, until the big head people started coming up and saying, "Hey, free Brittney Grinner." Before that, nobody was worried about Brittney Grinner over there. She wasn't a pawn then.
They was keeping it low key. Paul Whelan. Okay, Paul Whelan. I don't know. I for his situation. The reporter.
Hold on. That's the reporter, yes. Paul Whelan, or the veteran. There. Miss Andrea, she says the amount of stuff she had wasn't enough to have 9 years. That's just my opinion. So you feel that even though, you know, she did a crime, it wasn't enough to warrant that excessive amount of time. And I have I look at it like Gray, Mr. Gray, I understand what you're saying as far as you know, them using her as a pawn for personal gain, for political gain or whatnot. And we'll get into that a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. I just think as far as where we are on this particular point of it being excessive, non-excessive, here in the States, nothing is ever the same. They don't treat anybody
it's not clear cut. It's not across the board.
Nothing's straight. Usually in other countries, foreign countries, it is black and white. They have it as, if you do this, you're losing your arm. This is this, you lose your pinky toe. So I'm just saying, you know, so whatever they felt warranted that much amount of time. I'm uncertain if anybody knows how much time Whelan got or is currently sentenced.
He got 16 years.
16 years. 16 That's going to bring us to a whole nother point in a little bit when Jay introduces that point there. Miss Amber, what does she feel?
Amber says, I just feel if you break the law, you do the time. And I agree with you, Amber.
I do believe that, you know, you knew better. You shouldn't have never chanced that.
Well, on that part right there, only because she brought that up. If you break the law, you do the time. I do agree with that. But on the outside looking in, it's easy for people to say that until you're put in that position to where you break the law. Now, did she have to break the law? She didn't. But speaking as a person that done went across that track to where, you know, you border the line, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So it's a lot of times where I say personally, I thank God that I didn't get caught across the track. And this is just straight talking. I ain't passing judgment on nobody for what they do because I know my slate ain't clean.
But yeah, look at the money since she been back. What she done made the WNBA.
Well, let's get on that since she went there.
Everybody.
Famous people think they can get away with it.
Yeah.
So certain
has she made money? Because
y'all really think
she here recently, was it 2 weeks ago or
2 or 3 weeks ago?
They had a homecoming celebration for Brittney Grinner in Waco, Texas.
Yes,
where she went to college. Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up to support her, but 20 people.
They had the whole
ESPN was there. Everybody was there. The news anchor.
News media.
Okay, but only 20 people showed up to support Brittney Griner's homecoming.
Now, I will say this. It was in a church, so we have that aspect. How many church people, you know, are open to different sexualities?
to the alphabet community.
Is that what we call the alphabet? LGBT plus 19.
Yeah, that's what the podcasters call it.
Yes.
And the news anchors, they call us the alphabet community, the LBGQT.
Q plus 19.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get it. But still, how many churches do you know? Not saying there's none, because there are, accepting of lesbian or gay statuses. But I'm just saying that played a part, I think, in this instance, because there were some churchgoers that were kind of privately interviewed, and they gave little brief opinions about it. And they were like, well, maybe it's because the churchgoers don't want to go and have service or have a beginning part that's a welcoming for somebody of this stature. So it's that it was in a church, and then people, so-called people, were sick. Yeah. They said, I was sick, that's why I couldn't.
Now, how about they said they had the Trump flags out during this day?
Any excuse not to come. So, but y'all, I think she is gonna, like you said, her clout has picked up. Come on now, she's gonna be making some money. Her and her wife, I think, are writing a book, some other kind of life.
It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie of all this, baby. It's a movie deal.
So
Amber says there was nothing to celebrate at all. The government brought home a famous basketball player, but wasn't trying to bring home those caught up in war or whatever. Or Amber, I'm gonna have to say I disagree with that, because they've been working to try to do a deal for Mr. Paul Whelan. They're still they're still trying to make a deal. They're trying to send a spy. They're trying to trade a spy for Mr. Paul Whelan right now. So that's what Russia said that they want. So that's in the making right now as we speak.
Wait a minute. So you're saying you don't agree with the fact that they brought home a basketball star versus?
No, I don't agree with that they're not trying to do anything for the war veteran that was caught up.
She's trying to say,
but wasn't trying to bring home those caught up in war, or whatever.
The war veteran versus a basketball star.
Okay,
we're talking about.
That's not what I'm saying.
Now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm letting her know that they are trying to get Mr. Paul Whelan home. He was a Marine, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was a vet, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's why I'm answering her question. That they're trying to bring him home right now. It's just that they're asking for an assassin. They want to trade him for an assassin. They believe that he is worth more than Brittney Grinner. So that's the reason why they didn't release him and let him go. So I'm like this. I feel like Biden made the right decision. You know what I'm saying?
He gave him an assassin. He gave him an assassin for her.
Well, he was just he was into weapons.
He's still somebody that
I have to disagree with you, Judy, though. I think that the veterans should have came home first. I think that anybody that put their life on the line for this country so that we can continue to breathe, walk, and talk shit, I think they should have came home first. I love you, Brittney, ABC 1, 2, 3, all that, but you knew, because I puff path to, this man put his life on the line.
I feel like anybody who's never been locked up shouldn't have no say so, no opinion, because when you locked up, it messes with you mentally. You ain't worried about your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You about shit, fuck that. They said I can go home. Shit, bye. You know what I'm saying? You ain't worried about feelings. You know what I'm saying? Or what's morally right.
Miss Andrea, I'm going to get to you in just a second.
And then again, it's like if the Russians put that out on the table and they say this is the only thing that we're putting out on the table, either take it or leave it, should you let two Americans stay behind, or would you rather be able to take one?
Now, this boils down to what's just right. Who was locked up first? Should we be sitting here trying to debate on who gets let out first? She did her crime second. We've been camping up out of there and going through God knows what kind of tortures and shit for however many years.
How about he denied his crime? He's claiming that he's innocent, and I believe he's innocent.
Who can? And to your credit, if he's innocent, if he's guilty, confessing guilt, denying guilt. He was locked up first. He's a prisoner of war first. He should come home first. It's order of him. She shouldn't have came home over somebody who's been in there first.
So we should go to Putin and say, Putin.
No, we should have fought for Whelan first.
Mr. Putin.
Mr. Putin.
You can keep you can keep Paul Whelan because I'm walking away. We're going to leave without no American at all.
I'm saying,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying go back to the drawing board. If that man Grinner was still there right now because we couldn't come to some kind of term of agreement, then that just means we still going to keep working it out because Whelan should have came home first, period. He's been in there the longest. He should have came home first. Now, let me show what Miss Andrea is talking about. She said before she went to jail, when she did something to the fact, she said she didn't like the U.S., But once they got, I'm sorry. But once they got her home, she was like, I'm glad I'm home. So I'm confused. Now, Miss Andrea.
I want to see that comment that she made. So, everybody's saying that she said that, but you got to watch it,
right?
You have to watch the media. You have to watch it. Yeah, that anti-American, they're saying that she was anti-American because she didn't stand up during the national anthem.
Yeah, I got to.
But there's more behind that. You know what I'm saying? Media only shows you what they want you to see and what they want you to hear. Why was she not standing up for?
Look, y'all, that was the entire WNBA that was supportive of anti black, or pro black situations that was going on back then with women getting killed. Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, the Say Her Name campaign type of situation. So the whole WNBA was protesting at that time, and all of them got up and they all walked out during that national anthem. So everyone there was labeled as, if you want to say anti-American, I guess you have to say all of them were. It wasn't specific to just Brittney. Now, don't quote me because I don't know if she said something off the cuff somewhere.
I want somebody to send it. I want to see it.
Send that. But what I've seen so far and just what I'm trying to look at, I'm like, man, it was the whole team. So how come everybody is putting eye bullets on just that one thing? You know what I'm saying? Yes. And who out of all of us hasn't said something stupid or about blah, blah, blah? I hate this, this, you know what I'm saying? We've all said something dumb, but when you put in this type of situation, baby, I would be kissing the ground that whoever got me back home is walking. Amen to you. Thank you, Jesus.
That's what I want to know.
Father
if you were
God,
locked up,
I love you.
If you were locked up and they said, I'm gonna let you go, and you've been locked up for 10 months over there in that brutal prison where you're doing hard labor and everything else, are you gonna worry about your cellmate?
Statement?
Are you gonna worry about your cellmate?
My cellmate?
Are you gonna worry about how long he's been locked up?
I'm gonna feel bad as hell, but I'm gonna have to come.
But I'm gonna have to go though, right?
I'm gonna get on that plane.
I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying it's her fault. Because she ain't finna be stupid and sit there and be like, "Well, Whelan, baby, I want to go first. Yeah,
I want to stay
diplomatic
here and let you go."
No, so I don't blame her for getting on.
It's not right at all.
It's
I think Whelan should come home, but we have to work out a better deal to get him home.
We should have did that, and she should still be there in that regard for that reason.
Andrea Byers said they need to take Trump ass over there in Russia and let Paul go. I know that's right.
Shoot, y'all know that Whelan was locked up back when Trump was in office. He never once brought it to the table. So you got to give Biden and the administration that's currently going on some credit. I have to get off their butt so much, because you got to give them something. But Trump never once decided to do anything proactive to get that man out. You get what I'm saying? But now
he's scared of that president over there. He know that president wasn't gonna play with his ass. You come on over here on my soil and you ain't gonna make it back to the U.S.
Putin got dirt on Trump, honey. That's what that is. Yeah. Putin got dirt on Trump. So, Trump ain't trying to, mum's the word. I ain't saying nothing about that. But still, I'm just saying he ain't got no credibility now. He don't. And he need to take his behind,
Did y'all see his tweet?
What his tweet say here?
He was just talking about how he felt about it, that Paul Whelan should be home. And then Paul Whelan's family was like, shit, you ain't never mentioned his name before. You mentioned his name more now that Brittney Grinner that came home than you did when you was in office. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a mess. And then, y'all, there's a lot of opinions out here. I read one post that said that it's because she was black while she was locked up. What do y'all think about the racial aspect of that?
I ain't even finna play. No.
Okay.
No, I ain't even finna play with that card.
I don't think it's a racial situation. Again, going back to what we just discussed about whether or not her getting arrested was warranted or not. She committed a crime, period. You go to any foreign country, you commit the crime, you going to do something. They going to catch you. They're going to lock you up, clank, it's whatever. So I don't feel. Now, is it true that there are some countries that black people are not as accepted in? I think you have to step outside of ourselves, because a lot of times we may be looking for that first inclination that you trying to treat me any type of way because I'm black. We're so quick to put it.
I feel like in other countries, black people get treated better in some other countries than they do in their own countries.
That is true.
You can go to any other country and be treated. They don't look at your skin color. They just look at you as an American. That's it.
I was just about to say that, even though I know there is some, they look at us really different, and that's because of the history here in America. that's what they were taught, right? We were taught wrong by the wrong history.
Yes, we live here.
But I must say that, all these people saying, oh, it was black, it was racially charged and all of this, and that foreign countries, you shouldn't go to Asian countries and all that. Well, hell, look at the country that we in. We ain't left it yet, have we? Have we left this country yet? And they didn't treated us worse than any country abroad. So why are you complaining about that? You ain't left, your black ass ain't left here yet.
And gonna continue to stay here. I tend to believe that there's like you said, there are countries where we are treated poor. I have to look. That's why I was trying to say that you have to step outside of looking at it just as it's a black thing. Women, a lot of times, black women are looked at a type of way because we're not going with the culture that's there. A lot of times certain cultures want their women covered up. They have to have a certain headdress. They have to walk a certain way, walk behind here, or stay, more, give the respect to the man. And we're very opinionated. So if we speak our mind or whatever, we're looked at a type of way, then we're judged. And it's not just the women, but it tends to be black women. And then now we've got this label of, oh, this country is against black people. You kind of got to look outside of it. Their cultures are their cultures. They live this type of way. When you go there,
cultures are their cultures and their laws are their laws.
Kind of period in a nutshell, ain't it?
And I lived over in the Philippines, and like I said, I was treated like I was Michael Jackson.
Ain't that something?
When I rolled up in there, everybody they were chasing after the car. They treat Black Americans well, so I don't, it's just about you being able to communicate and teach them about your culture. I say that on every damn show that we have about racism. Teach other people about your culture and learn about theirs.
So Brittney Grinner going to another country and her getting arrested there for her weed drops. The tweed.
Because that's all it was, a drop.
Her fumes. Okay. Her fumes. Her getting arrested for her little pum. We feel is not racially charged.
Nope, I don't.
Now you feel like it wasn't racially charged. I don't think so either. It goes back to what we keep on saying, baby. You did the crime, sweet love. I don't. Like I said, we
I'm all against racism and all that. Stand up for your race, be there for your people, but not everything is about race.
No, it's not. That's why I said a lot of times I think we get ready for it. We're looking for it because it's happening everywhere anyway. Look. Nope, me neither, ladies. Miss Amber Sand. She says that. Miss Andrea, tell me how you feeling. Vaughn, he says, ladies, hey, what's going on? Tell us your opinion on Brittney Grinner, her arrest in China, Russia. What do you think about it? Was it warranted? Do you think it's racially charged? Let us know how you're feeling. But yeah, I think majority, I don't know. I can't say majority of people feel that way, that it's not right. I think it's divided. I think we're divided as a culture. And again, I think it's because we're not focused on the real aspect of it. If you kind of look at it, it's really black and white. She did something wrong. When we tell our kids something, they've done something wrong. Well, you did something wrong. Now you have to be.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that just because she's black. Now it might have been, I think also her sentence did have something to do with her lesbian status. I have to say that because in certain countries,
that's she's part of the alphabet
community.
That's it.
She's part of the alphabet community. I tend to believe that did have something to do with her sentence being extra. Now that I have to say, may have given her a little extra.
Oh yeah, because they're totally against that over in the foreign countries.
Oh, you gave 2? Oh, baby. Okay. I do think that has something to do with it too.
So what do you think about Candace Owens' opinion about it?
For those who don't know, Candace Owens is a very opinionated,
Republican. I ain't got nothing against Republicans.
No, nothing against Republicans, but she speaks her mind, has a podcast where she talks about different issues, Brittney Grinner being one of them. She feels like she's anti-American. She's very against the clout that she doesn't even feel the WNBA deserves any credibility at all. She feels like women players of basketball are literally like people wearing pajamas. They have no skill set, no athleticism or any of that. So you already have her opinion. She feels Griner specifically is anti-American. She feels the WNBA as a whole are not even athletes, considered athletes. She respects the men versus the women. And that's so ironic. Isn't she a woman?
Okay.
I'm just saying, is she a woman? Is she a black woman on top of
All
that?
you gotta do is put her out there on the court with one of them women and watch one of them women whoop her ass, and then her thoughts
Up and down the court, back and forth, child. But still, anyway.
Because if you got skills in a certain area, whether you're a basketball, football, tennis player, or whatever, nobody can take that clout away from you. Those women do way more and get paid way less than the men. So you can't take her credibility or her status away from her for what she can do. That's like a motherfucker looking at me telling me I can't cook. I never went to cooking school, but I think I'm a badass cook. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Right? Who are you?
You can't take that from her.
Establishment. Yeah, so Biden, he got on, I guess after she was released and did like a public news release where he was saying that she's incomparable and compared to none, held her at a higher status of most. And
she laughed about that, boy.
She did.
Incomparable.
She's not compared to, and that's when she let out her feelings about the WNBA, and I'm very confused on that. Yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but again, like you said, Nay, she needs to not down women as a whole. Or another organization.
I mean, I done got offended and I ain't never seen the bitch face. Bitch, fuck you. But and this ain't straight talk. This is just Nate talking. But it's don't do that. But then for those that don't know, Miss Griner ended up in Russia, period, because she was over there making money because the NBA don't pay her enough money to be the only woman that can dunk.
She's
the only woman in the NBA that can dunk. They don't pay the woman enough. So that's initially how she ended up in Russia in the first place. From the news thing that I was looking at today, I was like, well, go ahead, bitch, because I can't even reach it. Hallelujah.
Go ahead, what'd you say? I can't either. And that's true. I didn't know that she was the only woman in the WNBA.
She's not the first one to dunk.
She's not
the first one. She's the only one at this point in her life that can dunk, to be as young as she is. And she went to Russia because, like she said, being in the WNBA, your time span is not as long as a male player. So she was trying to get her name and her money out there before it was too late. She said that out of her own mouth.
Sure did. I did see that. And that is so true, Nate. If WNBA as a whole was getting paid like the men were, you would have to be risk like going abroad and traveling like that to even be put in situations where things could go south.
And not just the WNBA, but how about women's professional football too? And I'm standing up for them because I play. And I was like, shit.
That what it was.
Okay.
Lady Bettis.
And I made 300 yards a game, more than these men made per game. You know what I'm saying? Every game, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns per game. I didn't get paid like the men got paid. You know,
I'm not knocking the man by far, but don't sit up and say the girl don't deserve her recognition. She do. She does.
I think all women do. Yeah.
That was crazy on that level.
But what
stuck out to you about Candace Owens? What made you bring her up?
That she pointed out over and over and over again, instead of calling her Miss Griner or Brittney Griner, the lesbian basketball player. She said the lesbian drug trafficking basketball player. That's what pissed me off.
I think that's what makes me angry when I hear people just in general talk about the situation. Again, everyone is entitled to have your opinion, right? But when you think about it, I mean, I don't know. How would you feel?
Why didn't they make a big deal about what's his name? The Lakers basketball player.
Which one?
Oh God, I don't. Ball. You remember Ball, the dude with all the hair? He was a point guard for the Lakers.
What did he do?
He was over, I think, in Japan, I think it was, and got caught with something.
His parents got him out or something?
He did something. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then what happened?
He got out of trouble.
No, I'm just saying.
They sent him back home. They didn't make him do no time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big deal about it.
Do you think I'm sorry that I completely stopped with this topic, but it just brought me back to, do you think when we were talking about the Russian woman, do you think it was a Russian man? If it was men going back and forth, the American man, Russian man.
You gonna try to make me change it? I ain't gonna change it. I think the punishment will remain the same.
I'm just asking, because I tend to believe women. It might also boil to, I said a lesbian was one reason, and then now being a woman is the second. I tend to believe that might have something to do with it. I cannot put race into it, but I think her being a woman and then her status, her sexuality had something to do with her sentence, definitely. Now, again, I ain't finna get caught up like that, though. You shouldn't have had your black ass over there smoking.
That's it. You knew you was committing a crime, so you should expect to do the time.
But
what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the family, their response to it? His family, Paul Whelan's family, yeah. But I had to get back on Brittney, though,
okay,
because her wife did. Man, when I say she advocated, and when I say she contacted everybody that she could contact to get that woman home,
so
she did that. She did that. So
she did everything she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Miss Andrea says black women putting other black women down because of who she loves is just crazy. Bullshit to me. True. That's going back to talking about Owens, talking about women and her opinion of the lesbian.
They're not the alphabet.
When they fry her ass when she passed away, which means cremation, y'all, no disrespect. So when they throw her ass in the dirt inside that casket, that bitch still gonna be black. I don't give a damn what she get on her social status media and say. The same race that you putting down, or the LBGTQ ABC 1, 2, 3 that you talking about, them gonna be the same motherfucker. Gotta fry your ass or put your ass in the dirt. So we'll see you at the end of the road. Trick. Mm-hmm. How about that? And Straight Talk said that. I said it. Come looking for me with my braids to the back, my big ass forehead.
And that was in the opinions of Nay.
That's it.
No, but back to you as far as talking about how the families feel, and Griner's family, her wife did support her. She held her down to the max. I've heard from other people that they feel there was personal gain involved in that too. I've heard someone say that the wife only did what she did so she could get her name out because her name wasn't known also. Yeah. And so she got into the public limelight to hustle some status. I've heard that. I was kind of shocked because I'm like, they've been married for a minute, and I thought they were in love, looking at all their little lovely little pictures and stuff. I mean, I didn't think, but I've seen a couple of pictures.
She's getting ready to graduate law school, I believe. She's getting ready to graduate law school. Go ahead, Nate.
Isn't that ironic that maybe she wants a little light on that?
Okay, again, I'm married to Mr. Gray, CL Gray, right? Yeah. Hey, if he getting clout, goddamn it, I'm gonna ride that bitch coattail all the way to the goddamn bank. I need my money, please. I need my money, please. Excuse me. We got children. We got a mortgage. Can y'all help us? Just get me off this camera, because I don't see no problem with it. To death do us harm.
She said, I need that same crowd.
What did Amber say last week? She said, don't ask the one from the hood.
Okay. Do you see up there? Well, damn. You realize, sister, well, damn.
Well, shit. Well, hell.
Now.
I didn't tell her ass to go over there and smoke that pen, and I got to sit over here and figure out how to pay this mortgage and take her these goddamn kids. I need some help, too.
Recognition. We better get some. Shit. We need some bills. We need some life.
This straight talk no bullshit now. They
don't whip that tonight, honey. She did. Oh, yeah, she did, girl.
Oh, man.
She did.
What you say? You done left me here by myself. I got bills to pay.
So you joined in. You seem like you co-signed. That's what you seem like you're doing.
Hell yeah, they lock your ass up. I'm gonna be advertising. I'm gonna be advertising.
I'm gonna be on Sesame Street, ABC.
You want to? Look, you want to?
I'm gonna be on Sesame Street.
Baby, be charging.
We got a lifestyle. We started together, and I like this lifestyle. We not in the hood no more. I need some money. Yeah.
You wouldn't do it.
That just seems like there's gonna be some bad karma coming back from that.
Damn that.
You should have been riding on the back of some bullshit.
She always
some bullshit done went down. That's bad, Momo.
Well,
that ain't no bad.
Millions in the bank. We just want to worry about the bad Momo when it comes. Throw some salt over your shoulder, baby. Where's the garlic on your neck?
So, that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Y'all going to hell.
You better get some garlic and put it around your neck.
Yeah.
And we're going to spend all of that.
Y'all going down.
And your ass leave me if you want to. I'm taking half. Goddamn it. I did the time with your ass. You didn't do it by yourself.
Y'all ain't right.
I had these badass kids and all these white folks in my face.
I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to advocate for you till I can't breathe no more. You understand? I'm going to cry all this head and talk to woo-woo and yeah. But I ain't finna be looking for no clout behind it. I'm just not. It's going to come just simply because of your public status. You get what I'm saying? It's just going to come. My name is going to inadvertently come to light. But I'm not going to work. I'm not going to look for it.
Tell her, Nate.
Tight. I will throw your goddamn ass under the bus.
You
and when you get home, baby, look at that bank account, baby. Look at that bank account, baby. Girl, you crazy.
I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with the both of y'all. Y'all need help.
Hey, you might need that money down on your books.
Now that's right.
Hey, okay. You might need that money down on your books. You know they have feeding you down there. You seen how her poor ass came back? She hadn't eaten so damn long. She ain't had a full course meal. She was lacking nutrients. She came back. Her hair was gone.
Shut up. Down, definitely drove.
Y'all Ooh, I ain't that
so
shit.
Meanwhile, we were asking about the family.
Ooh, I ain't about shit.
Black folk. We about black folk shenanigans.
That's why them dreads was gone.
Anyway, so the family.
I came back looking like Sinead O'Connor.
I'm done. Drunk. I'm done with you too. I'm done with you. She came back and rushed.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Gasoline draws. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Woo! That's a good one. That's a good one, drunk. Boy. Y'all, that's gonna be the new stay out of Russian phase.
I'm done. Shut up. Okay, so back on family support.
Oh yeah, look at that on family support.
Y'all ignorant. Right on the coattails. You talking about that?
You
know, of course, Wheeling family was pissed. Ooh. They got a whole book of stuff to say about the situation, which I don't think I heard anybody talking about. No, I'm lying. Even Wheeling himself said, "I'm glad Brittney came home."
Yeah. But what about me?
But what about me?
What
about me? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the rest of the family is definitely on the same train, which I would be too. I'd be like, say.
They handled it with so much class because if it was me,
they did. They got a lot of stuff.
Nah.
If it was black folk,
y'all already know how we gonna act. We going to the news station, Fox 4. We going all over. We going up in there,
which is kind of what she.
We gonna kick the door. We gonna kick the, but we gonna kick the door.
The wife did. She went all the way to the president.
She went to the White House.
Yes, she did.
Right, sounds about right. She did about right. I think she did about right.
In the letter that Brittney wrote, she said it. I voted for the first time in 2020, and I voted for you. So you need to get my black ass up out of here.
Well, she did wrong. Okay, y'all. Biden, you're Biden. Pretend you're the president of the whole United States. You're now being faced with choosing to get out because Putin, Mr. Putin, hello, Mr. Putin. Putin came and he told them, if you don't take my deal, it's all a nay. So either you take Brittney and give me my assassin killer man, or you don't get nothing.
What was his name? Victor Boat?
Something. So, and that's what he told Biden. So, Mrs. Biden, you're faced with the situation. I'm Putin. You get nothing. So either take my deal or you get nothing. What are you going to do?
Well, we're going to send Brittney. You're going to send Brittney. We're going to send you Victor Boat.
So you will send... Nay. You're Mrs. Biden, ma'am. I'm Putin. Ma'am, you give me my assassin man for the woman, or you get nothing. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna ask for both.
So you gonna keep protesting till you get what you want?
I'm gonna ask
that's
for
what I'm talking about.
But I'm gonna tell
Drunk,
y'all, no,
Amber, Andrea,
Russian
anybody-
people are very strict and stern, and they don't bend. So what I'm saying is this: he would have took that deal off the table and would never been heard of again. And Brittney would have been over there doing about them whole 10 or 9 years that she was.
I don't think so. Simply for the fact that it's, as
you would take that risk. Would you, if you was locked up right now, Tanya? Would you want somebody to take that risk with your life?
No, I wouldn't want nobody to take that damn risk for my life. But I'm saying I would want all of what we talked about. Get me. I'm gonna look at my cellmate. I'm sorry. I need, hey, I mean, we in this together. But if they come for me first, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry. I'm gonna see you later. I get that. That's not on Brittney or Whelan. You get what I'm saying? That's on the government. I understand you're gonna be sitting there wanting to get out, but each one wants to get out too, just as bad. Who wants to get out more? No, you can't.
So leave an American behind.
No, you get them both out. You can't, or get out who got locked up first. I'm still on that.
It could be another 10 years though. Look how long Paul Whelan been over there.
Biden, I'm sorry. We need to go back to the table, Mr. Putin. We need to renegotiate some stuff.
And you would have got that negotiation, that whatever deal was on the table, it'd have been gone.
We would have had to come
back.
We'd have
went over there and pushed the red button, and I'd have shot the shit out of Putin. That's what I would have did.
Nah, we would be putting shit on your books now.
How about
how we gonna send her that fried chicken?
Wouldn't even be no books. We'd be blowed up. The whole world be blowed up because she girl. Look, they talking about fight the power. Hey, look, would you have fought for both of them to come home, David, or would you have what would you have done? What you would do? We talking about Brittney Grinner. If you're coming in now, we talking about Brittney Grinner. Was she arrested accordingly? Was her sentence excessive? Do you think it's racially charged? What would you have done if you were Biden? Would you have fought for them? Would you got her out and did the swap for the assassin man? I still would not have done that. I would not have done that. Good night, Miss Amber. Good to see you tonight. I'm glad you joined us. Now, I'm just saying again, like I said, I would have. I'd have thought we'd still be talking talks,
and you would have been talking for 10 more years, and you would have lost that deal.
I'm sorry, y'all. What do you?
What do you think could happen that Victor Bolt or whatever his name is getting back?
So what did Russia gain by
getting him? What did they gain?
They gained somebody that's going to help them fight that Ukraine war. That because he came in here, he was sent to assassinate people he was sent to assassinate people on missions for Russia. So they got their assassin back. He finna go assassinate some people. I don't remember him being
he ain't. They finna get his ass over there and they finna assassinate him because they don't know if he done talked or not. They finna kill that man. They ain't
finna kill him. He got too many connections.
They
think he done got over here and talked, y'all.
They welcomed him home, talking about thank you for bringing home a man who went who was doing his job. He came home from doing work. Y'all rescued a man who was out doing his work. They're praising him. So he finna put him back to work. Now, of course, since Russia got his ass back, he gonna have to pay.
And he owes Putin for his freedom.
He owes Putin, so he got a little ass to give up. So he gonna be doing a little services.
Just crazy. Trump said they got Osama bin Laden of Russia back.
Look, I was just saying. Okay.
And he wasn't an assassin. He was
he's a killer.
They accused him for getting all the weapons for all the terrorists.
Killer. He is a killer.
Now they want a spy for Paul Whelan. They said, for Paul Whelan, you send us this killer, this spy, then we will send Paul Whelan home.
We can't get nobody home.
David said she should have brought her vape, even though they may have been medically necessary for her, but her excessive. So you said she probably shouldn't have brought her vape, even though they were medically necessary for her, but her excessive sentence was too much and was more symbolic, more than anything, just to make a statement.
That's what we're saying. We have more for clout, should we say. The deal was fucked up out the gate, Miss Andrea says. Let's see, Mr. Drunk says, I watched Russian news. They were, what a movie thing I can't see. I can't see.
They were celebrating him being back. They called him hero. Yes, they sure did.
I told y'all, he gonna be put back to work. Gonna be put back to work. That man finna tear up some stuff. He's under contract. Putin got his ass under contract. All the time
he been locked up. I know he mad at the U.S.
How long was he locked up, Judy? Because I honestly don't know.
Shit! I don't know either.
He was
Probably
on some 10 years or some kind of crap sentence, 16. I don't know.
No, he got sentenced 25 years
here in the States.
Wow. Yeah.
Either way, y'all, we need to look out. Ukraine does too, because look at Russia and them ain't doing too good. And I think they're looking for any reason or any kind of way to try to come up, and that might have been one weapon that they're going to use to come up. I truly believe that. Y'all, this Brittney Grinner thing, I'm glad we talked about it, but I wish the world would, instead of jumping on one particular band, just see everything from a lot of different aspects. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard when you're looking at the media and you're getting sources from places that might not be as credible as the next. But just think on the human side of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like how you treat your kids when they've done something wrong or whatnot and so forth. You get what I mean? Look at it like that. It shouldn't have been as much. She shouldn't have got as much. But if that's how the country is doing their thing,
if that's their law. That's their law.
That's what we rolling with. I mean, What is
it? We still got people over here that we need to get out. Can we swap somebody for them? That's what I want to know. Can we do some prisoner swaps here in America?
I don't think they're gonna do that.
Shit.
This situation. Oh, go ahead.
He already said he can't wait to get in the Ukraine border.
That's all I'm saying. That's like giving somebody a bomb or letting them loose in the candy store. You can't let nobody bad like that. He a bad man. That's a bad man. Yeah. But
the family, they feel like I'm talking about Paul's family. They feel like any Russian prisoner, there's no Russian prisoner worth their brother or their son. They want him to come home. So they said, we don't care who you got locked up over here. Whatever Russian you have locked up over here, release him. Send him back to Russia. Just get our brother home. So before his parents pass. Yeah.
So they don't care who they send over.
They don't
send
care.
over the mob of all
so they didn't give a damn about Victor Boat, whatever, being sent back. They didn't give a damn about him being released. They didn't care. They just want Paul home.
And I think I can understand that. I respect that. Because I wouldn't care either. I don't care who you send over at the moment and at the time.
He could be a serial killer, assassin, whatever, a spy. I don't care. Send him home and bring my loved one home. I don't care.
I agree on that aspect. I really do. Y'all, I think this thing has divided the country, divided the government. Because, I think Biden is already floating on thin ice because the man, he got the tremors and stuff standing up on the podium. I think people be reading for him and writing this stuff.
You better leave Biden alone.
Oh, baby. I mean, respect Biden. You know what I'm saying? But baby, okay.
But it has divided everybody. I didn't see some ugly stuff. Even here on the book, y'all. I didn't see a group that says Brittney Grinner is a monster, and it hasn't been taken down yet. I'm like, why is it still up?
Is it politically charged, or are you just saying that was just someone here? You're talking about social media is divided as well.
Yeah, I'm talking
about that man 96 years old.
Yes, honey, he's 96.
Girl, come on.
No, he can't be. He can't be.
Andrew, is he 96?
That's a joke, right? That's a joke because I know Biden ain't no 96 now. Come on.
I know y'all. We all now.
Biden ain't no 96. That's a joke, y'all. It gotta
be a joke. His credibility has definitely gone down due to this. No, you
Girl, you got me. I got a headache, girl. I got a headache that fast, girl. This big asshole is girl.
Damn near 96 though, girl. He's 69. He's something.
He ain't no 69. You gotta be older than that. I think Biden damn near 80.
He probably in his late 70s, early 80s. He up there.
Would y'all vote for another president that old?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
Why y'all saying old people can't do nothing? Y'all saying old people can't conduct the country?
Mr. Gray said he's 78 years old.
78?
He's 78.
He's 78.
Lord. What you mean by mentally 120?
Okay.
Yeah, him and Trump be the two oldest presidents.
He said him and Trump are the oldest two presidents.
Exactly. I don't think that we need because look here, y'all. Every single president that has ever taken office goes in with a full, colorful, beautiful
Girl, Obama
head full of pretty colored
baby
hair.
came out silver.
Every last one of them grayed all the way to the root to the tooth. I swear to God. So if you already starting off gray from the root to the tooth, what you got left? What you got left?
That stress is real, ain't it?
So okay, this situation right here with Brittney Grinner has definitely divided the White House. Definitely lost his, taken away his credibility in the eyes of a lot of people. Which is unfortunate because this is not going to help him because he's talking about running for another presidency. That's why I was asking y'all, would y'all vote for him again if he ran? I wouldn't vote for him for the sheer fact that he's just too daggum old, not necessarily for the fact of the what he was faced with in this instance, because he's done more for prisoners, I guess, in this instance than the previous president, Trump did, So
man, wasn't nobody saying that when Trump was releasing all his buddies out of jail.
And still doing it today.
I don't even know where that came from. It just came to my mind. When
I was reading the comment. What'd you say?
When Trump was in office, right? He was letting go all his people, all his buddies, just releasing them. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't he get Paul Whelan to come home? But he's the first one that got his mouth open.
I told y'all Putin got dirt on that man. He couldn't do what he wanted to do. He in trouble.
I swear to God, it was like every week Trump was getting somebody out of prison.
Prisoner released.
Okay.
So. By the time you kiss enough ass to be the president, you an old man, except Obama. Cause like no crap. But you got to look at it. People be put in bad situations by the time they get into presidency. Anyway. But again, back to the divide in the White House. This situation has definitely killed Biden's chances of being reelected if he was go ahead and
baby, dead. Ain't nobody gonna elect him.
No one's
gonna put him back in office. That ain't happening.
Like I said, I wouldn't vote for him because he's too old.
So why did you vote for him this time?
Baby, anybody but Trump. That's just me. I'm sorry. We love y'all.
Y'all want Trump back in office?
No. He got too many bitches, and he old too. So no.
I agreed with some of his opinions, though.
Some of them I did too.
I agree with some.
But when he started coming with the disrespectful stuff, that's where I draw the line. I can't have nobody representing American people as a general whole up there disrespecting us, especially women. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. So no.
Yes, Andrea, the United States been owing Japan and Russia and all of them for centuries. That's a whole other story. Y'all, I really enjoyed tonight's topic.
How do you feel as a whole? Like, what do people?
Yeah, Go ahead.
What did you have to say?
I said, here you go.
No, sorry. I wanted to know, what do you think we took from this topic as a whole, as people, as Black people, minority people, women? I don't know how to specify that, but what do you think we took from this Brittney Grinner experience? Like, what do you think she took from it overall?
I bet she'll never ever in her life.
She's gonna play. Yeah. She's going back. She's gonna.
No, she ain't gonna go back over there.
She is. The team's gonna go play over there. She's already said she is.
I thought she said she's gonna play for the Liberty.
She's playing for the whoever that is. But they still travel abroad to play the team. She's still going back. She said she's in it.
She a damn fool then. Ain't no damn way. A country that's gonna lock me up like that, and I'm making your country money too by playing for your country. Hell no.
How about I bet she won't smoke no more daggum shit?
Fuck that. I ain't even gonna step a toe over there.
You ain't going.
I ain't going.
That's you.
Sorry.
So you ain't finna travel.
Hell no.
So this is a hold and taught you not to travel to the foreign countries.
I can't do it.
But you're not.
I might have a titty hanging out or something. You know what I'm saying? And they get me for what you call indecent exposure out there, and then I'm doing 25. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Nay, what is this talking?
That's right. Say it again, Andrea. Say it again, baby. She better keep her ass right here.
Which is what I was gonna say. She better keep her black ass at home.
Drunk said I wouldn't step a foot outside 50 states. I wouldn't even go to Alaska. Okay. Baby.
I want to touch on something outside of Brittney Grinner right quick. This show will be our last show for Straight Talk for the year. We're going into the new year. I brought this up because for the last 2 weeks or so, I've been thinking about how to make my life better. And I think for me, and I'm going on Straight Talk because I know my Straight Talk family will hold me accountable. But my favorite word for 2023 is going to be hell no.
Really, girl? That's your phrase? Hell no.
And not feeling guilty for saying no. Not feeling guilty for saying no.
I thought that was already you.
I mean, it is me, but you know, in some people's life, you are the go-to person. You're the fix-it. No matter how mad, sad, depressed other people are, people seem to find you and their issues become your issues, not intentionally, but that's just the way of your life. So for 2023, I am learning to say no and being happy with saying no, not feeling guilty because I said no. On top of other journeys that I'm going to take, opening my own business and blase. I'll let y'all know more about that as the year go on. But go into the new year trying to figure out what's best for you and not no one else.
A lot of people take us for granted and we always say, yes, I'm with you, Nay. And I think that is something we should definitely talk about on our next show, which will be our first official show.
Salute, Nay. I've been saying hell no since 2020, and my life has been so peaceful. Thank you, drunk. I know that's right.
Do you feel free? Are you free, honey?
Inner peace over everything. Peace is priceless.
Ain't it though? And I do believe our next show should be in honor of our first show of 2023, where we talk about more stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What we're doing for ourselves, where we're going, our journeys, our focuses. You know how we come up with a resolution every year. I'm not gonna do so and so. No, I think this is where we talk about obtainable stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like real true to who we are individually, as a whole group here, you know, as a culture or whatnot. I think we should touch on a lot of that. So
I agree.
You agree? So y'all come back so we can talk about that in 2023, y'all.
Hey. All right, y'all. We got to do something fun for the next show since it's 2023.
Amen.
All right. We're going to do something fun, y'all. So come back next week. We're going to have a game show or something. Something fun, okay? See us act a fool on here. But thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure that y'all go to our YouTube channel and start subscribing, y'all.
Share it up.
Like they said, we need some money.
Oh, my God.
Please.
I can't. Y'all,
we've been broke for too long, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all make sure.
Happy New Year.
Go subscribe, okay, to our channels. All right, y'all. Come back next week, Friday at 8 p.m.
Might change that.
We might have to change that time, but right now it's 8 p.m. Yeah, we will let y'all know. We'll keep y'all updated. We love all of y'all. Thank y'all for getting in the comments, sharing your opinions. This has been Straight Talk. No BS, y'all. And guess what, y'all? We up out of here and we love y'all.